Gratz?
I've been at Gratz for over 30 years. I go all the way back to when building on 10th and Tabor. I admire many people, but I would say I really admire Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. Heschel was a wonderful theologian, as most people know, and I think he was able to translate the ideas of his Hasidic world that he experienced in Eastern Europe to the Jews and really to everyone in America. And I think that he also was wonderful at linking religious ideas, especially the ideas of the prophets, to his social activism and his political activism. And I think he has many messages for our time. So he's really one of my heroes. Well, as an academic, I'm a very verbally oriented person, and I have always wished that I had a little more artistic talent. I do try very hard to bring in more visual materials into my teaching, because I think that in our world today, people are very attuned to the visual. So I am trying to incorporate more video, more photographs, and artwork even into my history classes. And I find that people respond very well to them. Well, there are many things that make me happy. I love being in nature. I enjoy being with my family, spending time with my family. And I enjoy community-oriented activities, especially social action. But I really enjoy teaching. Teaching is wonderful for me, and I especially love the give and take in the classroom. I love to see how various students respond to what I'm presenting, and it's always new for me, in a sense, because even if I've taught material for a long time, when I have a different group of students, the responses are always new and interesting. A book I read very recently, which I have appreciated, is Shulam Dean's book, All Who Go Do Not Return. It's a very interesting and sad story. It's a memoir of a person who didn't grow up, but spent time in the New Square community in Rockland County, New York, which is an ultra-Orthodox Hasidic community, and about his search for his own personal authenticity. And he eventually had to leave the community. And while this is kind of an extreme example, because it's an extreme community, I think it raises many of the questions that I deal with in my modern Jewish history classes, which is the individual and the community, religious life and the modern world, religious education versus secular education, and the need for questioning in our communities, and also it raises issues about not only the acceptance but the celebration of diversity in our communities. I would like to see more emphasis on humanities education. I think it's very important, obviously, given my background. But I am especially concerned about Jewish education on all levels, not just I mostly work with adults, but also at the high school level, at the elementary school level. And clearly that's been the passion of my life, and I would really like to see modern Jewish history, and especially American Jewish history, where most of my research has been, incorporated in Jewish educational forums at all levels. And I really think that the issues that we're grappling with today were first raised in the modern period, that is, in the period from the 17th century to the 20th century, and that it's really important for people to understand where those ideas came from, and the fact that what we're dealing with today is not completely new.